The Justice Department warned Elon Musk's America PAC that his $1 million sweepstakes to registered voters in swing states may violate federal law. Musk, who has backed former President Donald Trump, is spending millions of dollars supporting his candidacy, has publicized the $1 million prize his political action committee is offering to increase voter registrations in hotly contested states. Musk's initial promise to pay prizes to registered voters immediately raised concerns from election law experts and some state officials. Federal law bars paying people to register to vote. The petition's language currently promises $1 million prizes to people chosen randomly for signing a petition supporting First and Second Amendment freedoms. But to sign the petition, you must be registered to vote in specific states. Joy, what are your thoughts about this and whether or not this actually violates federal law?
It obviously violates federal law. I think, yeah. This is obviously inappropriate. This is obviously worse than that, particularly illegal. It was right for the Justice Department to jump in. It's why elections matter. It's not just the person in the top job. It's all of the other people who are in the jobs. No one had to tell the Justice Department to do that. It's plainly illegal. And it's also a warning to other people, right? Don't do this. What Elon Musk does might have reverberations elsewhere. And we want to make sure we cut that off at the pass. And here's the thing. If he wants to pay people, to vote, I mean, many people can take advantage of that. So that's not what we want in our elections. It's not so much that Elon Musk is going to make things worse for just Democrats. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. So if he's doing that, well, then some wealthy Democrat could do that. This is not what we want. This is not what we want. It's illegal. We'll see him in court, I guess.
Yeah, I tell you, Rebecca, pretty much a bad precedent here if he can continue to do this.
Candace, I used to manage campaigns. And if the campaign side, if we were to take a bus to fill it up with people to go register to vote in person, and say it was over the lunch hour and we provided lunch while people are riding the bus to go out to their local elections office to get registered, we would get dinged. We would get fined because that would be considered giving someone something of value in order to register the vote here. And so where Elon Musk is really treading that line is he's saying in order to be eligible for this $1 million a day drawing, you have to specifically be a registered voter. And also you have to be a registered voter in this very competitive state. But at the point that he is providing something of value for those who are actual verified registered voters, that's where there's an issue. And once again, I don't think people want to go down this path because there is money on all sides. And let's just move back from the brink because this is not where we want to go as a country.
And Joy, what's so interesting is that no one told him that this wasn't a problem. Of course, this is par for the course when we talk about Elon Musk and things that he should do and shouldn't do and that are against the law. Someone may have told him, but I'm surprised that he was able to get this far and that he wasn't dinged before any of this even got out to this point. I don't understand why we're still talking about it.
Well, he kind of just said it off the cuff, but here's the thing. Elon Musk doesn't do anything off the cuff. He's doing it because he wants to lure us into this debate. Because, of course, there are some people, he says it's not about whether the DOJ dings him or not. I doubt he's going to even participate and go forward with this. It's about then the DOJ has responded. So now then Joe Biden's DOJ is responding to something that he did. This is his effort to have his name and this whatever chance, rally, raffle, whatnot, in the public eye. It's important for us to talk about it from a legal perspective, but I don't think we should focus on it so much from a political perspective. I don't think we should be fanning the flames about this. This is about him getting attention and about him reinforcing a notion that the DOJ is cracking down on so-called Republicans. This is kabuki theater as usual. It doesn't mean it's not harmful. Doesn't mean it can't be harmful, and it is certainly illegal. But that's what this is about. It's about the theater, not about the law.
So Rebecca, do you think that this will be squashed eventually soon? I mean, like I said, it's taken a long time so far, I think, but eventually this will be squashed.
I mean, this just happened. I don't want to be petty or political here and call him Dollar General Lex Luthor, but that's in essence what this guy is. I think, he's going to do what he wants. I mean, after all, didn't former President Trump to say, hey, I'm going to give him the job that will allow him to remove all the regulations on the particular industries that he has a huge financial stake in. So it's like at this point, look, it's 13 days. People go vote. It's very clear what one presidency will look like versus a different presidency. It just go vote at this point.
Right. And Rebecca, I think it's interesting. You mentioned Elon Musk in terms of his role, what he might be put in. There's a lot of talk if Trump is elected president that Elon Musk will be put in a major position that will actually put him in a role where he oversees his own companies, potentially giving them more rights and better interests in terms of legislative policies. Another problem I'm sure that the Department of Justice is already thinking about.
But if it's a Trump Department of Justice, would that Department of Justice actually act if there is such a blatant disregard and a blatant conflict of interest? Because once again, folks, you are voting for an administration. You're not just voting for who's going to be in the White House, but you're voting for all these other shenanigans and characters. So you have to make the determination, because we know it's going to be a choice between two people, between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. We know that there isn't a viable third party that's going to come in and take this election. So it's going to come down to those two candidates. So people have to understand that they're voting between two different worldviews and two different executive leaders.
And Joy, let me wrap up with you. This is something I'm sure that obviously the Harris campaign is thinking about, doing something about. How can they use this to their advantage?
I mean, I think this is just more of the chaos that they can be pointing to. But two that we want to avoid and we want to turn the page from. Do you want to turn your society over to Elon Musk and Donald Trump? But can I just say, Rebecca's right. We're less than 2 weeks out. I hope that we stop allowing Donald Trump and Elon Musk to drive the narrative, and that we now go from responding to them to laying out an affirmative, joyous vision. One of the things that I think we did well in the beginning is it was a positive, joyous vision for the nation, something that people could be excited about. We had to respond to the things that Donald Trump has done. That's a part of politics. But now that we're closing, we're giving our closing arguments, it's in time for us to return to that joyous vision, that freedom vision. I'm looking for some exciting endorsements, I'm hoping, in these next couple of days. I want some really good speeches that she can give to remind people it's so much bigger than one policy or another. This is about the future of our nation. What direction do we want it to go in? That's what the closing argument needs to be about. We're at that season right now. To hell with Elon Musk.
In 2016, Donald Trump said he would choose only the best people to work in his White House. Now those people have a warning for America. Trump is not fit to be president again. Here's his vice president.
Anyone who puts himself over the Constitution should never be president of the United States. It should come as no surprise that I will not be endorsing Donald Trump this year.
His defense secretary.
Do you think Trump can be trusted with the nation's secrets ever again?
No. I mean, it's just irresponsible action that places our service members at risk, places our nation's security at risk.
His national security advisor.
Donald Trump will cause a lot of damage. The only thing he cares about is Donald Trump.
And the nation's highest-ranking military officer.
We don't take an oath to a king or a queen or to a tyrant or a dictator. And we don't take an oath to a wannabe dictator.
Take it from the people who knew him best. Donald Trump is a danger to our troops and our democracy. We can't let him lead our country again.
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.